Yeah. Like, where was all this energy for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years? Child, let me tell you. Listen, get it how you live, okay? Listen, I'm here now. That's all that matters, right? So, hey guys, what's up? So, if you don't know this, I've been posting videos all week, actually. Yes, I'm on a roll because I got a finesse. You're like, Marlene, it's not the only reason why you're here. Yeah, I mean, I did miss you though. I did, but oh yeah. Yeah, she has the finesse though, right? So today's video, I'm really gonna try really hard to just look into the camera. It is the weirdest thing ever because the screen is right there. I don't look into the screen, but I can't. What's up, my babies? What's up? You guys, I read your comments every day. They're so sweet. So thank you so much. Thank you. I put the likes, I put the little heart, and I write comments. So I'm catching up. But thank you so much, you guys. So hey, so we're here. I'm doing another video for, you guessed it, for the B palette. Yes. Well, it's the official name of the palette is not the B palette though, but the B's are such a statement piece of the design, so I just call it the B palette. But it's actually called La Baie Créole. Yeah, I wrote it in like French Creole, well, Caribbean, which is the French Creole of Louisiana. So La Baie Créole, which is kind of phonetically, it could also be La Belle Créole, which is like the beautiful Creole, but it's actually the Creole B. Ooh, yes, I love it. I love this collection so much. It's so beautiful. It's so cute. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. So you guys, this is my third eyeshadow palette release, but it's actually my first design, but I'm releasing it last. So you gotta guess. I can't say I saved the best for last, but you know, this has to come out this year because I'm done with that. Not that I'm done with this, but for me, it's been 2 years in the making. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this just has to go. This just has to go on sale. Right? Beautiful palette. Now, there are no shades in here just yet, right? But here is the palette. Here's the design. Super cute, super pretty. So this palette will retail for $52, right? I created this look with this palette. Oh, I love this one so much. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with myself. It's so cute. This look is so pretty. It's so pretty. So it's like one shade. Let me look into the screen. There is the brown shade. That's the nude. Then there's the orange. Then there's the other orange. Then there's the black, there's the purple. That's 5, right? 1 shimmer, 2 shimmer, 3 shimmers. That's 8. Yeah, I use 8 shades from the palette. So I'm 19. Like, yeah, it's going to be a really flexible palette. It's going to be a neutral. It's kind of like a neutral tone. It is somewhat of a neutral tone palette, but it will have pops of color. It will have a purple. What I do with my palettes, I create makeup looks with them. So this is so, you know, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not, oh, child, this is so hard to talk about, but you know, some people just make eyeshadow palettes and they don't even know how to do the makeup. Like, they have makeup artists, they hire influencers, they hire all kinds of people to help them create looks with their palettes. That's why a lot of color stories are struggling. But what I do is I create looks, like, so when I decide on like what the color story is going to be for a palette, I actually do use the shades. I use the shades. I work with the shades. I see how they blend. I see what kind of looks I can create. I see what's also missing. Like, I'm missing this. This palette. Like, I changed the color story so many times. So I'm like, when I create palettes, right? Because this is my first foray into like creating eyeshadow palettes. But when I do create the palettes, I do want people to use them. Like, I truly do want you to use the palettes, right? Because when it comes to the packaging, I'm pretty good. Like, I could truly finesse. But I decided to have some integrity, so I'm not gonna like finesse just off the packaging alone. Because I'm telling you, like, just off the packaging alone, people would buy. This is stunning, and this is truly like one of a kind. It's so pretty. So, but I do want you to use them because if you find yourself reaching out for a Marlene palette, it's gonna help me with my reputation. Like, you know what? If when you buy a palette from Marlene, like, you truly do end up using it, so it's not hoarding. It's not excessive consumerism. It's not, oh, I'm just buying because it's cute, but it's like, no, I'm truly going to use it. I'm going to love it. They're going to work well together. I'm going to create some great looks, right? So I work with the shadows. I work with all the shadows to make sure they go well together, especially when you have mattes. When you have mattes, some mattes don't work well together. I remember like in the inception, me working on the color story, I had picked this one matte. It's a really pretty like reddish brick kind of shade. But it just wasn't working. But thank God for Jesus, I had another reddish brick shade that works perfectly. So, because the other one, it just wasn't blending with the other shades, and it's like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this black, there's a matte black that comes with this palette. so pretty. I did 3 looks ago where I actually used it as a liner. It was so thick. It was so opaque. It was so nice. I just loved it so much. So please keep that in mind. Like I work really hard for all of it. I don't just work hard to have like a pretty concept, beautiful packaging, but I definitely work hard to make sure that you also are going to have shades that you can use like for your night looks, for your day looks, for your work looks, for your wedding looks, you know. For this palette also, I truly had makeup artists in mind, especially bridal season, because I know a lot of makeup artists make a lot of money with brides. Okay. So wouldn't it be nice to have like a palette that has all the shades that you need for your bride? So whether you want to have like a rosé, like a shimmery rosé kind of shade, if you want to have like a honey shimmer kind of shade, if you need your neutrals, you need your browns. Browns are really important. Browns are important shades when you are cutting a crease, when you're defining a crease, when you are deepening the socket. You know, it might not seem like it, but I don't really have deep sockets. Some people have truly deep socketed eyes. So a nice thing to do with browns is like browns really help you to like pull out the eyeball. Like think of Cher, think of Diana Ross, think of Tracy Ellis Ross. Like these are ladies that have a really defined eye socket. It's gorgeous, but people like me, of a life I had to fight against the hooded eye. So when people have a hooded eye, when you have a client that has a hooded eye, the browns are really going to help you to like go into the you go right in there and you just like define the socket, so you bring the eye out, right? And you have like these beautiful shimmers to pop, you know, so that's really beautiful. And we have, of course, there's a yellow shade, there's other kind of like gorgeous golds, you know. So I truly wanted to be a palette that, from if you are a beginner in makeup, if you are intermediary in makeup, if you're more advanced, if you are super professional with makeup, have a palette that can meet everybody's needs, right? To have a palette that is user friendly for all people. So I truly work on that. I've been working on this color story for so long because it wasn't obvious. Because I was like, oh, do I go super yellow? And I was like, no. Because if we went super yellow with this palette, it really would have trapped people into like a super yellow moment. And it's like, well, what after, like, you know, like, you only, like, that's only good for like a week or so, but what about the rest of the year, you know? So because this palette also is coming, I mean, it's still sunny outside, but because this palette is coming out in October, so like we're going to fall season, right? So we're going to fall season, and after fall season you have the holiday seasons, and then, you know, you have the new year, and then hopefully next year you have like beautiful spring. So I did want to have a palette, a color story that could like fit all these different seasons just in one palette, right? So you have like, there's gonna be like some olive shades, you're gonna have some greens, or like some mossy green. There's a beautiful forest green that I added to the palette. Then you also have and this other green was actually picked out by my people on the Lena Lashes page. Like a lot of fabulous ladies, like they're so freaking awesome. Like they recommended like this green because I was showing them different shades. I'm like, Marlene, use that green. I was like, what? I really wasn't seeing it. It's kind of like a green. It's like a camel green. But when I actually wore it, I was like, wow, this is so pretty. Because I would, you know, because of my complexion, I can admit, like, I honestly wouldn't have gravitated towards that color. But then I went to try, like, I hope these ladies not crazy. They're trying to set me up for failure. But I went on to try the shade. I was really impressed. Like, for as much as it's like, it's a camel green, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a green that you'll be able to wear for like all day. It's just so freaking nice. I will show you the shades though. I will show you the shades. I will keep creating more looks with the shades. And I do want to also say this, right? You're going to see a lot of makeup looks from me. Now, I don't know if I'm going to post, like, I probably would not post, like, full makeup tutorials here on YouTube, you know, but I will have all makeup tutorials. So when I drop a palette, whether it's this one, Nigeria 1, Nigeria 2, when I drop an eyeshadow palette, there will be complimentary makeup looks, right? So that you kind of know, I want to get you started on what kind of looks you need to create with your palette, like what you can do with your palette, right? So I'll be there. I'll teach you. I create lots of looks. However, the looks will be only complimentary to people who have bought the palette, right? Yes, ma'am. And, you know, it's a business, right? It's business. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is business, right? But if you purchase the palette, you will get access to complimentary tutorials based on the palette that you purchase, right? If you purchase all three, then you'll have access to all 3 different courses per palette. So, like, let's say, like, you'll have, like, makeup tutorials for the B palette. You'll have makeup tutorials for Peach Martini. You will have makeup tutorials for No They Carry Last, right? So if you buy one, you buy two, you buy three, you'll have access to all these different class courses, you know, and each course will have like numerous looks. So I'll teach you how to like do the cut crease, how to blend the colors, how to do like negative spaces, like all kinds of cool stuff. Like, I'm pretty good. Yes, girl, I'm pretty good. Hopefully you'll keep seeing that, but I'm pretty good. You know, so definitely super excited about that. So the palette will retail for $52 for 19 shades. That's about like $2-ish per shade, which is not bad. There's some really nice shadows in there. I can't wait to show you guys the video. Like, it's coming. I promise you it's coming. So it'll be $52, and then shipping will be $15. Okay, and the reason for that was like, Marlene, you're shipping $50, girl. Yes, girl, it's $15, and I'll tell you why. So you don't freak out, right? So it's because it comes with priority shipping. So for the $15, we're going to ship your package as a priority package. Well, we kind of have to, because when you pack everything up, I think it comes out to like 2 pounds or so. So at that point, first class mail stops at 15 ounces. Okay. So after that, it goes into priority. So the good thing about priority is it's 2 to 3 day guaranteed delivery. Okay. That's awesome. Number two, what's also awesome about priority is that it has a $50 insurance. The palette is $52. So awesome. On top of that, we're also going to add adult signature confirmation. I repeat, adult signature confirmation. What does that mean? So when the mail person gets to your house, an adult will have to sign for it, meaning they need to show their ID and then they have to sign for it. The good thing about that, the reason why I'm doing the signature confirmation, because number one, since it's my first iteration of La Baie Créole, of the B palette, my quantity is not that much. So in the case that you say, oh, like the tracking number says that the package has been delivered, but you haven't received the package, you can't find the package, or your package might have been lost or stolen, okay? I don't have enough palettes to send to people if such occurrences occur. So the best thing to do is for me to protect myself and for me to protect your package so that you're not finding yourself in a situation. So the best thing to do is to add adult signature confirmation, meaning the person whose name is on the label is the person who will have to sign for the package. And what's so awesome about that is, like, it guarantees that the package will get to you because you have to sign for your own package. If you're not there to sign for your package, they'll just take it back to the post office. So if you're not there, if you're at work, you're running errands, you're busy, I don't know, life happens, right? You have peace of mind. I have peace of mind that because it's so, and the thing is, the box is behind me. The shipping box is so pretty. I will show you guys that also. I will show you how your stuff is going to be packaged maybe tomorrow. The box is really pretty. Even the shipping box, like, it's this very bright, what we call in French jaune poussin, which is like the little chickens, you know, like they, like, you know, like, how do you call little chickens? Like, I don't know, the petit poussin. But there's, like, you know, like the little chickens, like, they're super, that beautiful bright yellow that they have. It's exactly like that. So it's going to create temptation, right? Like, I'm just being honest. So something so beautiful and so bright should not be left at anybody's door. If you also live in an apartment, right? And a lot of times, like, the male person has to go through the leasing office. We also do not want to provide temptation for your leasing agent, especially if it's a woman, because it's really pretty. Like, a lot of people will be tempted. I'm being very honest. So, you know, I don't want that. Like, I don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for you. So that's why shipping is $55. Sorry, shipping is $15. So altogether, inclusive, the price of the palette, the price of the B palette, the La Baie Créole, is $67, and that includes shipping, priority shipping, adult signature confirmation. October 15th, the palette will be live on October 15th, right? Palette will be live on October 15th. When it comes to shipping, like, our processing time, let me put that up also. Give us time, because we'll be processing, we'll take orders because I'm promoting here on Instagram. So based on the volume, and another thing is too, the palettes are here with me. So like this is, when I say a palette, I mean this, right? So I have empty palettes here with me in New Orleans. The palettes are here with me. As far as, like, the manufacturing of the shades, I use 3 different labs to make the shades for 2 reasons. each lab was good at doing something. So like I have one lab that's really good at making mattes, and that it seems like that's what they're really good for. So they're just staying in that lane. I have another shade that looks like milk and honey. It's so pretty. Like, but those are like, and those had to be hand pressed. Like, so we started like way back in August, so I could have them. They're ready. I have them here. And then there's another lab for like some other shades, like for the spots. There are shades that have like spots in them, like you'll see. They look like pollen. Like one shade looks just like this. It looks like the booty of the bee, like the black with the specks of gold, like the pollen. You know, like when the pollen sits on the furs of the bee, it looks just like that. So I had another lab for that because that's what they're really good at doing. So I'm not, and you learn that in econ if you ever take economics. I wanted to be an econ major, but you know, everybody has a comparative advantage. So I feel like sometimes just work with people based on their strengths. And as opposed to Nigeria had a lot of colors that were hand pressed. And because of that, it created a delay. And so I didn't want to go through that again. And because Nigeria is pricey. Nigeria is pricey. So because of that, I just want to have like faster production. So a lot of the shades here are will be pressed by a machine. So it'll go a whole lot smoother. But the thing is, because it's 3 different labs, everybody has to send me their shades, right? So I'll be receiving different shipments, and then we're going to start filling up the boxes, right? And another reason why I'm doing that also, it sounds a little bit crazy, but it really doesn't. I'm a control freak. I want the shades to be fresh. Like some of the shades need to be fresh. They need to be really, really fresh. Like I don't want them to sit here for a long time, because a lot of times what happens is when brands do create their eyeshadow brands, they make the eyeshadow palettes, they make all their palettes at once, they press all the shades at once, and then the shades, like the stuff just sits there. So if nobody places an order, it just sits there. And I'm like, and sometimes colors can oxidize, and you know, a lot of things can happen with colors, a lot of things can happen with different pigments. So I just want to have enough pigments, I want to have enough shadows pressed for the launch, and then if we have to make more, then we press, so that way it feels fresh. So you pretty much get like freshly pressed shade, kind of like bread out of the bakery. Does that make sense? So we'll have to put the shades in, so that way we're not wasting inventory and we're not wasting money. And I need to also explain that to you. Hold on, let me sit right. So because I am an indie brand, because I am self-funded, right, I can't afford to have a certain amount of stock, because if it sits there, it's pretty much money just sitting there. So I kind of need to know, I have a number in my head of how many units we're going to be able to fill up, right? And that's that. And then even that too, for as much as I will have the shades, I don't want to just go ahead and like fill up the palettes, because that also is a waste. Because I'd rather have liquidity than to have like inventory. And if you have a business, or one day if you have a business, you'll understand that it's better to be liquid than to just sit there and have a whole bunch of inventory. So when the stuff goes live, when the palettes go live on the 15th, right, I'm asking you to give us like about 2 to 3 weeks for us to fill up your palettes. So it's going to say pre-order. It's not because it's not in stock. I just want to be careful with how we handle the inventory so that we don't overfill palettes and stuff like that. Another thing is I have to double check, which is another thing too. Like I have to double check to make sure everything is okay. So it will take me and the team like a bit of some time to do it right, but we will do it right. It will be beautiful. It's not going to break. So please, if you order, do not have an Amazon expectation. I am not Amazon. I am Marlene. Okay, self-funded with a small makeup brand. So you know, kind of gauge your expectations. But what I do know and what I can tell you is when you do get the palette, it's going to be really beautiful. It's going to be so stunning. Like the level of details on this thing, like you probably can't even see it because this is not a macro lens. I don't have a macro lens. I did something very silly with my macro lens, but I will get it back. But the level of details, like how ornate this palette is, from the outside to the inside, the embossing on the palette, like the decor on the frame of the mirror, like even here, like the embossing. When you get yours, you'll be able to actually touch the bees. The bees are 3-dimensional all around, like everything. It just feels so, and you can kind of see, you see how like it catches light? You see that? Like it's just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But it's actually, this is the sleeve, right? This is the actual sleeve. It looks just like the palette. On the inside, look at the inside. Like the level of detail. You see like this gold foil. All this stuff is handmade. Like it's just like the foils will actually like applied by a person, like one by one by one. Like so much love went into the bee palette. Like Nigeria also has beautiful sleeves. Oh my gosh. So see this? So look how gorgeous this is, right? Let me show you how beautiful this is. So when you get your palette, let's assume your palette comes like this, right? So this would be the palette inside the box. Oh, by the way, the lady's my mom. Where is she? That's my mommy right there. She's right here, and she's also right up here. So you get your palette like this. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. Girl, you're not done yet. Then you open it up. Look, you're going to be greeted by this. Initially, it was white, and I'm like, it's not giving luxury. So once again, the same color of foil that's used to for the hexagon and like the beads on the inside of the sleeve is the same one that's used to like write the name of the palette. And so the name of the palette is La Belle Créole, and then the slogan for the palette is Laissez les bons temps rouler. Let the good times roll. So when you come to New Orleans, when you come to Louisiana, that is a really, really popular saying because, you know, this is called the Big Easy. People come here to have fun. People come here for Mardi Gras, Jazz Fest, Essence. You know, people just come here to live, to eat, to have some hurricanes, to eat some gumbo. Like, you know, New Orleans is all about having a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You already know. Shout out to Big Frida. So Big Frida also, hey, Big Frida. Big Frida is such an emblematic figure here in New Orleans. Like, Big Frida is the queen of the New Orleans bounce scene. Bounce, baby, 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 bounce, baby, 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 bounce. Okay? You already know. So, you know, it's Marlene. So, you know, I'm going to give you nothing but like luxury, nothing but like such a like great attention to detail. That's the little, you know, West African, Ivorian, French side of me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then once you get the palette out, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, right? It's a perfect match. But here, however, like on this one, you can feel the embossing on it. Like the embossing, like everything is embossed. Like it feels so good. It just, oh, it's so beautiful. It's just so freaking stunning. Like, oh. And my mom, like, can we take a moment and just talk about how beautiful this beauty is? Like my mom is such a beautiful woman. Like she is gorgeous, you guys. I don't know how my dad was able to like get this beauty queen, but she's so stunning. I'm so glad. I'm so happy I look like her. I do. So the day she's not here, you know, I can look in the mirror and see her. But yeah, like how gorgeous is this woman? So head over to her YouTube, her Instagram. Her Instagram also will be on the back of the palette. So maybe I will tell you that when you get the palette. So when you get the palette, you can see her Instagram. But her Instagram is on here. Be super, super awesome. You know, so I'm super excited, but it's just going to be so beautiful. And then there's like the matching tissue paper. Oh my gosh. So maybe tomorrow when I do the video tomorrow, I will show you like the full packaging and what you can expect. The collection. This is actually a collection also, by the way. This is a collection. So the first release is going to be the palette. Yes, honey, honey. She loves her son. Go face, go face. There's also going to be also a pigment set. Woo, wow. Oh, this is messing it up for me. Hold up. Suavemente. Like, this thing is messing up my swag real quick. But it's okay. I didn't prepare this, but there's going to be a whole pigment set that also comes with this. I didn't show you this yesterday, but this is going to be beautiful. Now, I'm still deciding on the final shades. I have an idea of the final shades that I want for the pigment set, right? Nigeria also has a pigment set. Nigeria has 2 pigment sets, actually, because of the pricing. Because, you know, I like really nice things, and nice things tend to be a little steep. But the shades here are called Savage. Savage, Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle means Mrs., Miss. Because in French, Mademoiselle, you guys have heard Mademoiselle. There's even a magazine named Mademoiselle, right? But instead of saying Mademoiselle, you say Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle. But this is actually the Haitian spelling of Mademoiselle. Virgo. This was supposed to come out for Beyonce's birthday in 2020. Then it was supposed to come out for Beyonce's birthday and my mom's birthday. My mom's also a Virgo. So Beyonce's September 4th. My mom is September 12th. My mom's birthday is September 12th. So this is shout out to all the Virgos, right? And I said this before because Virgo, the B is a spirit animal for Virgo, right? So it's Virgo, and the last one is femme créole. But this femme is this spelling for femme for woman, Creole woman. Femme créole is the Haitian spelling. So here you have the pigment set, and it matches. Oh, child, be careful. And the pigment set matches the packaging. Like, it's super, super cute. So the pigment set will be out very soon. But first, I'm going to just release the palette first, see how that goes, and then we'll come back and then we will release, sorry, make sure I did this right. Yeah, we'll come back and we'll release the pigment set. There's also going to be some lip glosses, which are super cute. Hold on. So you're also going to have some lip glosses, and this is how they'll come packaged also. So like everything matches, like everything is cohesive, right? Everything is super yellow. It's super cohesive. It's super, super, super pretty, right? So you'll get these beautiful, like, and these also are, you'll see when you get these, like when you move, like the lighting, it catches the lighting. And it feels like it's a real beehive made of honey. Y'all, we worked so hard on this. Like the details, you guys. Marlene is crazy. And the nice thing with this, shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby, sis. My baby, so this is what happens, right? I come up with the designs. Like I come up with the concept. I come up with the design. I create it on my phone. Believe it or not, all the palettes were designed on my phone. But then I send it to my little sister, A. And what she does, she renders my ideas into Photoshop. Right? So, but one thing that she did that was so clever, the boxes, the lip gloss boxes, so these are the lip glosses, right? They will actually have the color, like a picture of the color. These lips, it's a young lady, her name is Jelani. She has full lips, like her lips are so full. So Jelani's lips will be on the back. The shades are so, so, so pretty. Those will also be a pre-order thing, but the lip gloss bottles are done. I will show them to you later. They're so, so, so pretty. So you're going to love this. Like you're going to love all of it. You know, I just have to release it like in increments so I don't mess up and take up people's money. And then like, I want it to be a really, really good experience, if I could put it that way. So I'm so excited, you guys. I am so excited. I know you'll support me. I don't even have to I don't know. I have peace of mind. I don't know. I have a lot of peace. I have lots of peace. I have lots of confidence. I'm super proud of myself. I am super excited. I know it's super beautiful. I don't know. I'm just so excited to share with you guys something that I've worked on for legitimately 2 years. Legitimately. A lot of my close friends are, my little, Instagram, social media sisters, they know, we've been on this, so 2019, it's finally coming out. Oh my gosh, I'm more excited than I'm scared. So I know you're going to support. I know it's going to resonate with you. I know when you receive it, you're going to love it. You're just going to enjoy it. So I'm just freaking amazing. I don't know. I have nothing to worry about. God, he led my steps and I got here and I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so honored that God would pick me for something like this. It's so beautiful. If I had seen this by any other brand, if I had seen this at Sephora, I definitely would have bought it because it's just so stunning. It's so stunning. So thank you so much. And I hope I can see you on my website on October 15th. All right. Bye, guys. Goldface killer. Oh.